You feel this nervousness on the phone there?
Sir, I've been trying to make an urgent phone call up there.
Well, I don't think it's something I want to do on an overseas phone.
You gotta make some phone calls. Hang up the phone. Prank caller. Prank caller.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to Packernet After Dark. This is the call-in show of the Packernet Podcast Network. If you'd like to call in, if you'd like to participate in the show, please feel free to do so. The phone number here is 608-501-0718. New callers go directly to the front of the line. I don't think we have any new callers today. Scrolling. Boy, oh boy, 41 calls. You all are crazy. Uncle Rico looks like he called in right at the beginning, so we will allow it. And let's get started. We got a lot of ground to cover. What's up, Uncle Rico?
Yo, Ryan, it's your Uncle Rico.
Yo.
It's Thursday afternoon before the game. It's 3, so I don't know if my call-in will make it. I can't remember the rules. What happens with the pre-game calls?
Dirty
this is
rule
really
breaker.
A pre-game call. It just happens to be pre-game. First of all, a lot of people, and a couple people are calling in, are referring to Micah Parsons as Micah. Am I missing something? Or is it Micah? Or did these people get informed and I didn't? I think it's Micah. Help a brother out. Secondly,
I'm in the same boat as you. I've heard the Micah thing, and that was new to me. I've never heard that before. And I didn't want to correct anyone, first of all, because I don't really care and I say stuff wrong all the time. Also because there's a good chance that I maybe have just been saying it wrong the whole time. So I kind of just let it go, and you say what you say and I say what I say, and we'll just leave it at that for now.
I had my brain, I'm having a real brain malfunction today.
Mm-hmm.
I might have to go back after I hang up because I don't know what the other question was. Shoot. Yep, it's happening.
All right, let's just go to the next one.
Yo, Ryan. Hopefully this comes through because I'm in the middle of nowhere.
Gotcha.
I'm calling, driving around rural southern Wisconsin. And anyways, I remembered as soon as I have, of course. What is your thoughts? My thoughts are there's not a window. I mean, I don't know why there would be a window. A lot of people are referring to this window. We have a window to win or succeed. I don't get the window thing.
I don't know what that means.
You know, we have a young roster. We have plenty of longevity in these players. And we draft people every year, and we bring in some free agents if we need them or if they're out there, or if we can afford them or whatever. What's the window all about? I don't understand the window. I don't know why there needs to be a window. Help a brother out. We made it into this spot. I just don't see this. I don't understand why we can't sustain the talent. Help me out. Thanks, bro. Go Pack, go tonight. My prediction for tonight is Packers are going to win by 17. By 17. Go Pack, go.
What did they win by? Let me pull that up. I did address that point that you made as far as the window. People saying, well, you better win in the next 2 years. Okay, what happens if we win in 3? Does it not count, or then what? Like, what are you talking about? I mean, I feel like people just use that phrase because they know it's a phrase, but they don't really know how to use. A window would pertain to, for example, you have a 40-year-old quarterback. That's your window, because when the quarterback leaves, unless you get another quarterback, but you're not just going to assume you get another quarterback, there is no impending window closure. It's not Jordan. I wouldn't even begin to project out how long that will be. The closest there's two things that I think are very loosely what people are talking about. Number one is Micah Parsons leaving, and that would have to be based on just the contract while ignoring the fact that the Packers could very easily just extend him. More likely is people, which they love to do, pretending that when you pay a bunch of money to somebody, your team is doomed. This is a weird game that happens all the time. Justin Jefferson gets paid. Oh, yeah, well, now you're screwed. Look how much money you paid. Nobody even thinks about that anymore. Aaron Rodgers got paid like 7 times. Every time, oh, now you're screwed. No, you can't pay him. That's not how it works. We paid Devontae. Oh. And so, yeah, we paid Micah Parsons. And as best as I can tell, we're doing okay financially. And in a handful of years, that number is going to go up, and we're going to have to restructure or extend or do something because we're not going to pay that number. And this weird idea that this cap is going to explode and we're doomed and everyone's getting cut. Like Tucker Kraft has got to go, Jaden Reed's got to go, Watson's got to go. Golden can make it as long as he's on his rookie contract, and then boom, he's got to go. Like, what are we talking about? Everybody that the Packers want to keep, they're going to keep, and that's it. I mean, the scenario in which this actually does become a problem would be kind of the scenario we're inching toward now. We're not in it yet. The scenario would be the Packers go on to win the Super Bowl, and they do so with Wyatt being like the top defensive tackle in football. Van Ness breaks out. Like everybody is top of class. We have 2 number 1 wide receivers, 3 number 1 edge rushers. There is a potential scenario where, yeah, we got to make some tough decisions here. But even then, you look at it and go, okay, so we maybe ordinarily we would have kept Rashawn. We're not going to do that in this instance. He's getting up in age anyways, by the time that this would happen. As for the wide receivers, they'd make maybe one tough cut because, again, Golden's on his rookie contract. So what? Dobbs is number 1, Golden's number 1, and Watson's number 1, Reed or something. What is this weird scenario where everybody's so good that nobody or not enough people can? And even in that scenario, we get rid of 2-3 people. You're telling me we can't win anymore? If Rashawn walks and who else is like an iffy guy? Wyatt's not going. They're paying him. I would say Quay, but I think he's about to get paid in about 45 seconds here. Anyways, I think that's what largely people are talking about, and they're just wrong. A lot of times it's fans of other teams who like to play that game. Well, now you're screwed. To be fair, I used to do that. Well, now... The only thing it kind of means is you're not really going to be able to be super aggressive in free agency, and that's fine. You don't need to be. Free agency isn't like this magical thing where you just win. The entire point is we have X amount of dollars, and we need to allocate that to talent. And if you're saying you're not going out into free agency because we already are loaded with talent, who gives a crap about free agency? You use free agency to supplement because we have extra money because, we don't have enough talent to pay it all. So we have to go find more talent. And usually you're not super successful in finding massively helpful talent, but at least you're spending your cap space.
Hey, Ryan, it's Craig from Indiana. A couple of things. One is I am very glad that I was able to sell all my season tickets to Packer fans.
Awesome.
So that's good. But to your point that you made on the podcast, I did offer that on here, and no one reached out from here. So, and I know there's lots of people who complain about that, but I always sell them to someone who I know is a Packer fan. So that's one thing. The second thing is it's before the Washington game, so you may not play this because I know sometimes you edit a little bit, but I haven't put in my picks for the year. So
ooh, here we go.
And it is past the Detroit game, and that game will influence me a little bit because I thought they were amazing, and it's hard to imagine anyone beating them. I won't go where, who was it? Was it Uncle Rico or someone else who said they were going to be undefeated? I'm not going to go that far, but I will say that I think 14-3 is very doable. So here's hoping that happens and they get home field advantage and a bye and everything else. That would be great. Third thing is I love the Christian Watson signing. I think it serves a little bit as an insurance policy, or maybe it does give us more flexibility if we do get that offer for Romeo that's too good to pass up. Sure. I don't want Romeo to leave, but I think knowing that you got Christian for another year at least makes that something you could entertain if the price is right. So, and I love Watson. I just think he's such a Packer and great teammate, and having him around at least another year, I think is awesome, and I'm excited about that. All right. So tonight, Washington, I think we're going to win. We will cover the spread. Should be a good game. Go Paco.
Well, we certainly cover the spread. That was not a problem. I forgot to check the where's the game? We won by 9, so not quite 17. That's a little ambitious, but we won by plenty. All right, 2 scores is a hefty win. Yeah, I agree with the Watson thing. One thing I forgot to mention on tomorrow's podcast, pretty exciting. I've been talking about Matthew Golden, and like obviously the speed has to be there somewhere, but I don't understand it and whatever. Seeing the replay of at least one, I mean, just one of them. I couldn't even tell you about some of the others. I haven't gone back and watched him. I'm sure he's been doing it all over the field. But the play where he had 2 guys trailing him and the ball was overthrown, that was more or less what I was talking about in terms of wanting to see the speed on the field, where he just pulled away from guys. And that's what he did. And again, I asked everybody, I was looking for all kinds of, I couldn't find really any of that on the college tape. But, you know, again, I don't know what they're asking him to do while he's there or whatever, and he made some kind of reference to that. And I just wanted to see him turn on the jet, just full blast as fast as you can go, just foot race some guys. I just want to see if you can do it. That's it. And that's what that was. I mean, those 2 guys, it wasn't like they got caught flat-footed or anything. They turned and tried to run as fast as they possibly could, and they couldn't catch him. And I had made the comment about, I don't know if he would have scored a touchdown or whatever if he caught it. Looking at it, I think he's gone. Unless he started to lose some of his gas toward the end, I think he's gone. I don't think those guys could catch him. I think that's a 90-some-odd yard touchdown reception. So, you know, as frustrating as I'm sure as that is for him, and you know, maybe some Packer fans who are getting worried or whatever the case may be, I feel I wouldn't say it's like as crazy as the like jaw hitting the floor, but again, I haven't gone back and watched all the stuff. I should do that like today, just because I need to. There's a lot of things I want to go watch Wyatt's snaps and all kinds. I want to see Baron Sorrell. It's only 8 snaps and he dominated. The heck was I talking about? Oh, for Matthew Golden, I wouldn't say it's like as overwhelming as when I watched Christian Watson, but the fact that he kind of has that Christian Watson speed while also being this psycho route runner and everything else. I mean, I just, again, he might not crack 1,000 yards if they don't figure this thing out soon-ish. He's not going to break the rookie receiving record. He's not going to do that kind of stuff. It would be way too hard at this point with the numbers he's put up through 2 weeks. But I don't super care, because I don't see a scenario where this doesn't end with him being just an absolute dominant force. Why they haven't been able to connect, I mean, obviously the deep shots, it's easy to understand why, but I mean, get this guy cooking with some other stuff here, man, because this is too good to pass up. But again, Matt LaFleur's just having too much fun. He's got so many pieces, so many toys to play with. I don't think he knows what to do with himself.
Hey, I did have, Craig again. Sorry, I did have one other comment because I was at the game. I don't know if it just showed different on TV as far as the number of Lions fans, or if it was just where I was, which is fairly high up. I'm up on row 61 or something. There was definitely blue. There's no doubt about that, but I didn't think it was nearly half. I'm not sure if it was even a third, but could be wrong. I haven't watched the TV replay to see, how it looks. There were definitely a lot behind the visitors' bench. That was pretty crowded. And I'm not sure how the NFL works as far as, is Detroit allocated so many tickets that they sell?
Yeah.
Does the visiting team get so many? Not sure. Maybe someone knows how that works. I know as a season ticket holder, it's not like I get a notice that says, hey, you want to go to the Pittsburgh game? We got X amount of tickets, and go into some kind of, raffle or something. So maybe they don't. But anyway, just thought I'd share at least what it looked like for me, that maybe it was a third, which is I know too many. But I thought it looked worse last year on TV when I watched it when Detroit came to see us. So for whatever it's worth.
Well, I know the blue really pops. That's for sure. Really stands out in the crowd. And I did dig into it. Don't know how verified or 100% correct it is, but when I was looking before, because I was kind of curious how the whole ticket thing worked in general, as far as like season ticket holders and whatever. It was a very, very low number. I want to say it was like 500 or something that are allocated to the other team, and then those can be, if they're not used, given back to be sold essentially on the open market or whatever. Otherwise, it's just season ticket holders, I believe. So there are some, but there are not a ton. That's my understanding of it. All right. So there's a huge gap now. Nobody called until 7 o'clock p.m., Chris in Alabama. But why don't we take a break before we get there?
Hey, what's going on? Ryan, Chris
What's up?
from Alabama. Kick off in just a few minutes, man. Just got the news about Zach Tom and Aaron Banks being out. I believe they said that Jordan Morgan and I believe Kennard is starting.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a little tough. Not so much Jordan Morgan, but Kennard. I know they probably gonna try to get after us a little bit, and we can try to control that running football. Probably gonna see a big dose of Josh Jacobs, man. We'll start this game. Man, I'm thinking to win tonight. We should take care of the business, even though we got two linemen out. I think we should be good enough to get this done tonight, man. I'm amped up. I'm ready. Sat back and sat down, man. Got on off the work shift, man, and I'm ready to roll, man. And see, we wearing the all whites, man. I don't know what it is, man. I think I got a little OCD. I like the uniforms and the helmet, but can we please get a gold stripe down the middle of this helmet? It's just, I don't know why it irks me so bad. But anyway, that's either near or there. About to lock in. About to get ready for this Packers win. Man, if we can get out 2-0, this will be a big win. This will be a big game down the line, I believe, once playoff seedings come into play. So even though it's not a division game, I still believe this is a big game, a key game that we need to go ahead and take care of our business at home. But go Pack, go. Sit back and settle in. Now holler at y'all at halftime.
Yeah, well, like I said, I mean, at least the way I view it, I mean, we're competing with the NFC North, or the NFC, excuse me, and this is one of the top dogs. I mean, we're trying to assert our dominance in the NFC, the NFL ultimately, but these are the top teams we're going to be looking at when it comes playoff time, and to kind of determine how things are going to go, and how, if you can beat these teams, this is how you get to the Super Bowl. So I view this as a massive game. We don't know who the actual good teams are. It's entirely possible that Detroit and Washington are both bad, and we're actually looking at Philly and Dallas or some other teams that are really the NFC powerhouses. But no, it's a huge game, and going 2-0 as we did in these games, I think is just super massive. But we'll have to find out.
Yo, why did that ref? It's George Mike. Why did that ref just hold up the play? Because I'm pretty sure we was trying on fourth down there to get them with too many men on the field, but they just decided that they were going to hold play up because what? Last time I didn't think we did a substitution there, unless I'm wrong. But I'm pretty sure Chris Brooks was in there, so they didn't change anybody. What is happening? What is happening right now?
I couldn't tell you. I do remember the play you're talking about. I have no idea if they did substitutions or not, so I'm sorry I cannot help you with that.
Cheese slices! Buttered up right down the middle for a 50-some-yard gain, and what a move by Dom. Golly, that was outstanding. Nice work, boys. Man, the Reed injury blows.
Yeah.
But maybe that gives Golden more snaps. I mean, I hate to whatever. But man, look good. Look good. Daddy, you bet he far caught that. Look at him.
I never know what you're talking about, but I get excited.
Yo, Uncle Rico, referee Uncle Rico says Malik Heath has got the toes down. If Isaac Tesla has the toes down, Malik Heath has the toes down. Sweet.
This is an incredible catch. I couldn't. Like I told you on the show, I thought for sure. I didn't think he got a single foot down. A replay just blew my mind.
So this is Nico. I'm actually working tonight, watching the game on my iPad. I know I normally don't call in mid-game, but I did last week when we were up by a couple touchdowns. So I don't want to not do that and make us lose. I'm a tradition guy.
I get it. But
so far, it's almost laughable. I know they just get the field goal. I'm like, whatever. It's just, I don't know why they're running the ball. I mean, they need to run the ball. They got to run some clock off. But Jordan just launches it downfield, and for the most part, people have been open or he's overthrown them. So, man, what a freaking game. I do like that. Who's the other announcer that Al Michaels? There was a 3rd and 9, and they didn't make it, and we defended it. It was like a little out router, and he goes, I think Green Bay got away with a push, and then they showed it again, and the receiver tried to do the freaking Reggie White hump move.
I do remember
on
that.
Whoever the cornerback was, and he just kind of fought it off, And he, even after he saw it, he still goes, yeah, Green Bay got away. That's what I hate about announcers.
I know.
Like, that's why I don't tend to listen to them, but I just happened to hear that. Because they say something, they'll show a replay, and they're wrong, and they don't go, looks like I was wrong, at least. Some will, but this guy was an idiot. They got away with one. What? The receiver tried to impregnate him for crying out. So, yeah, it's just, I mean, I know Reed went out. That's a bummer. Just no one else got hurt. But I tell you what, it doesn't look like they miss Reed a whole lot. So, hey, go Pack go, and I hope Jordan Love throws for 200 yards in the second half as well.
I do remember that. It was the most blatant penalty against us, and then he's just and it was just an unnecessary comment. I feel like they were going like to commercial or something. And he just throws in there as a jab out of nowhere. Oh yeah, Packers might have got away with one there, but good play. Shut up. If you don't know what you're talking about, just shut up. Why you just say random crap? You guys are freaking wrong about everything. Drives me absolutely insane. And like you said, they never correct themselves. They're never like, oh, shoot, just like on the, what was it, the opening kickoff or something, or punt, when Golden grabs the ball, the guy grabs his leg and flips him. And he's like, oh, yeah, that was incidental. They just kind of got tangled up there a little bit. Bro, I will throat punch you. What are you talking about?
Hey, what's going on, Ryan? Chris from Alabama. It's halftime. Man, we got the doink at halftime. It don't even matter, man. We still looking nice, looking real nice. Couple of holding penalties, got cleaned that up. I ain't gonna nitpick that, man. All in all, what I seen in the first half, once again for the second week in a row, technically it's the second week, but it's still the same week, but you know what I mean. No complaints from me. No complaints at all. You know what I'm saying? We went and stopped them from getting any type of momentum before the half. They didn't score any points. Like I said, we got the doink. I mean, it happens from time to time. Still no pressure. I'm still cool with McManus, man. He gonna handle his business. He'll get it back in the second half, but
he called it.
Yeah, man, we continue to play like this, man. This game should be in hand. We pretty much have contained Jaden Daniels for the most part. He got a couple of little scrambles out, nothing too crazy, I don't even think they got 100 total yards. If I'm not mistaken, I had to go back and check the stats. I just called in right off the bat as soon as we went to halftime, because I'm really trying to. Hopefully they show the ceremony for Sterling Sharp. I want to catch that. But yeah, man, I ain't got no complaints, man. We looking nice, man. Tucker Crab out here throwing folks out the way, running over people, catching long streaks down the scene for I don't know how many, what, 57 yards? And, man, even the touchdown that was called back, I'm looking at Love, even the ones that Golden missed, I'm like, man, Love accuracy is on point, man. Like, he out here wheeling and dealing. I guess Richard Sherman, I wonder what he got to say at halftime. He sure had a lot to say before the doggone game about him. He's not good under pressure and all this old garbage he was talking about. I guess what you got to say about this third half performance? Because you really can't say too much. You really can't say too much negative about that. But anyway, man, no complaint from me, man. I'm out. This defense just looks like it is lights out. This defense just screams number one in the league to me. If this just continues to, and it's going to get, oh my goodness, it's going to get better. But yeah, man, no complaint from me, man. Ready for the second half. Let's keep this momentum going and let's go ahead and finish this thing off. Go Pack, go. I'll talk to y'all later after the game or maybe before the game is over.
Well, and that was kind of how I felt about it too, where I was like, we got to clean this up. I get it, but I'm not going to sit here and complain. I can't bring myself to do it. Penalties on special teams, that's freaking annoying. Even like the offensive line, whatever, dude, they're blitzing every down and we got a bunch of people out and we kick the crap out of their team. So what do you want me to do? Want me to cry about it? Like, if you can't enjoy this game, everybody acknowledges it, everybody sees it, but if you're going to dwell on that, that's freaking crazy. I mean, it was, like I said, as sloppy as it was, we still dominated. I'm happy. Yeah. Hey, guys, if you could just maybe clean up a couple things next time, it'd be great. Apparently you don't have to, but if you could, that'd be nice. Hey,
Ryan, Chris from Alabama. One more thing, man. I'm still just thinking about that deep shot that Matthew Golden missed on. That was just a tad bit, and couldn't get to. Man, I really feel like we might see that again before the end of the game and that connect, man. I really think they gonna get that together, and they gonna get together real fast.
Yeah.
And that might be dangerous. I was just looking and thinking about it like he outran everybody.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Man, that's gonna be a connection, man. I don't know. I just wanted to call back and chime in on that. I hope I call it. We'll see once this gets played and aired if I called it right. But I got a strange feeling that that's gonna connect, and that's gonna connect tonight for a big play. I just got that feeling, man. Go Pack, go. I'll talk to y'all later.
Well, I'll give you credit for McManus because you nailed that one. He came back and made up for it. It's gonna happen. Jordan and LaFleur and Stenovich are looking at that, and they're just chomping at the bit. Like, dude, we gotta hit that. The other thing that's awesome about that is everybody saw it, and no other teams. There's no defensive coordinators out there that are looking at that going, "Ha, they suck." They're looking at that going, "Oh crap, dude." Like, we got to make it. That's what Matt LaFleur loves about those speed guys. Every play, you better be ready. You better not be putting guys up on the line like that because we're going to run that, especially with Jordan. The dude's a psychopath. He throws 30-yard passes every time just because he feels like it. So you want to load up the box, you go right ahead. Eventually, these guys are going to back up, especially when they start connecting with that Golden thing. Guys are going to have to back because I think they've been swarming the offensive line a ton. Josh Jacobs is suffocating up there. So, I say we got to start punishing, and we have been. We've been punishing everybody. But I think they're terrified of letting Matt LaFleur play the kind of offense he wants to. So they're kind of forcing him into this situation. But eventually, man, that Matthew Golden thing is going to bust wide open. And when that does, they're going to have to start playing different. And when that happens, Josh Jacobs is going to freaking run wild. It's going to change everything. And then when Christian Watson comes back, can you it might have even been you, Chris. I don't remember. somebody was calling in, or it might even been on Twitter. I don't know. But somebody was talking to me about, I don't remember who it was in the draft class. I think it was the guy that the Chiefs got. But we were talking a little bit about, man, can you imagine Watson and this guy? How crazy that would be. And he's a speed guy that isn't even like golden speed. I mean, maybe, I don't know. But as far as 40 time, not many people have golden speed. We have that. That's when we were talking about Miami and how good Miami was and just how unstoppable they are because they have speed everywhere. Now, Miami's not doing great today, but Matt LaFleur's going to have that pretty soon. He's going to have guys that can blow the roof off your defense on both sides of the field. And he could do you imagine running just 2 receivers? So you have to play both sides of the field deep, and we're running 12 personnel with 2 tight ends heavy. Good luck. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. We got Washington Metro.
Yo, this is Washington Metro. It's halftime, but I was thinking about something and I really want to say it. I was actually at that game where Khalil Mack joined the Bears and they were facing the Packers, and I remember just like being in the stands like for his first game with the Bears.
Yeah.
And being like, oh my God, you could just see it. He felt like almost like a man among boys.
Sure.
That game. And you may remember he had like a strip sack and also he was going crazy. Over the last 2 games, or I guess game and a half really, when I'm watching, I'm not at the game, but I'm watching Micah Parsons here on TV. And, you know, I didn't watch the Cowboys. I heard his name a lot.
Right.
But like to see the outsized impact this guy has.
It's incredible.
It's not always literally on the stat sheet, even with pressures. It's the penalties. It's the freeing up other guys.
Right.
I'm not saying anything that hasn't been said, but just to see it, it reminds me personally of what I saw when I remember Mac joining the Bears, just being like, oh my God, this guy is just, he's that guy.
Yep.
Whatever that means. And I'm so excited to just continue to watch this defense. And although the game's not over, it's 14-3, I think we're going to win this thing still. Anyway, bye.
By the way, the other thing that's great about this that I'm kind of picking up on, it's one of those things, I don't know if it's just me, and it usually almost never is. There's this weird thing where we're all just kind of linked in the way that we're thinking and feeling and whatnot. I went into the game more confident than I've been in a long time. And I kind of tried to come into it that way a little bit with a little bit of a different mentality, but I genuinely just felt like we're going to win the game. And then as soon as it didn't take long, I mean, if things started to go south, 1-3 and out, and I'd immediately be shifting into panic mode. But you could just tell, like, from the start, like, here goes the offense going down the field, and then here's the defense just stopping them again. And, yeah, it took a matter of no time at all to just be like, yeah, this is that team that I saw last week that is going to dominate everybody. Like, nobody can beat this. Who's going to beat this? You know, that little voice, I was like, maybe it was a fluke. Maybe the Lions aren't good. Maybe. And then you watch Washington, and it's just the same thing again. And you're like, yeah, exactly. You can't do anything. And it was even better than I thought when I saw Jaden couldn't do anything. Because he's a mobile quarterback. It's a little bit different. You start getting these speed edge rushers off the edges, and they start getting too deep, and, you know, maybe. Nothing. There's just nothing. And so the confidence is, I think, a big feature this year. I mean, we kind of felt the confidence after. We were talking about it before the season started, about how we just feel good about it. Something feels different, whatever. But the confidence I felt in that game was, I mean, even against bad teams, when I'm watching Packer games, I get nervous, like, oh, man, I don't know. Like, you know, what if they just don't show up? What if? And that'll still happen for Cleveland because there's no guarantee that they beat Cleveland, and crazy stuff can happen. They'd have to massively just not show up and make a billion mistakes, penalties, and picks and whatever, but it's possible. But again, you can hear it when people call in at halftime. They're like basically celebrating like it's over, with a slight caveat of, it's halftime. Anything could happen. But I'm pretty sure we got this in the bag. And I just think we all felt that. By halftime, even, there's a couple little panicky moments when you recognize, kind of like I was talking about with the Bears-Vikings game when I did my live follow-along, where it's, you let a team hang in there too much, they're going to come back. And the offense doesn't. The offense has to punt because of a penalty, and that anxiety creeps up for a second because we've been through this 1,000 times. We've seen this a billion, from the Packers to all the other games. How many times we've seen this? You let them hang around, and then you punt. They slowly keep coming back, They just didn't, though. And by the time they actually did start coming back, it didn't. They were so far put away, it didn't really matter. When there's, sub 5 minutes left and they're kicking onside kicks because they're down 2 scores and they have 1 timeout, and it's like, yeah, dude, I mean, crazier stuff has happened for sure, but it is freaking over. Like, it's been over the whole game.
Howdy, it's Jared, Uber driver from Texas. I think one of the first, not the first time, either second time that I'm calling during the game. Pretty good game so far in general, I guess. I feel like we should be leading by more.
Yes.
But I guess it just hasn't. And Anthony Belton, dude, I think needs to chill a bit. He needs a little more practice, I think, because man, he is getting slaughtered out there. But yeah, no, overall, can't be too mad. Though I was a little surprised at the end of half sequence. I thought they were trying to get a little closer with 4 seconds on the clock, but I get it, I guess. But too bad McManus got whatever the other kicker got. Because I feel like they're both pretty solid kickers, and they both missed in a similar way. So maybe something with the wind right then and there. But man, hopefully we get it going even more in the second half. Let's get this dub. Go Pack, go.
I felt that a little bit with the kick as well. I thought, okay, one more play, and then you'll kind of call a timeout or whatever. And they decided to go out and kick the field goal. But at the same time, the distance was not terrible. McManus just hasn't been at all missing. And then you factor in fluky crap that can happen at any time. So it's like we'll take our shot here, and then we'll go in at halftime. So I get it. I in the moment would have made a different decision. Maybe not the right decision. I don't know. But I definitely know what you mean. But, and yeah, as far as just the situation, that's where all the mistakes came in. I mean, if the Packers wouldn't get these inopportune penalties at the just worst times, yeah, they would have been, they could have buried them 20 by, they could have scored probably 27 by halftime.
Hey, Jared, again. So yeah, I think we are so close on so many of the big plays.
Yeah,
if we got each one of those big plays or even half of them, I think we would be leading by 3 or 4 scores. So close on a lot of them. That Malik Heath catch, man, he really contorted himself. He's like, I'm on the squad. I'm here to stay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, man, I'm hoping the second half we get some of those plays to click, and we get the runway game going a little more. But yeah, go Pack, go.
Well, whatever they did, it worked. So you don't need to stress about it. Everything went just fine. It is, and again, you kind of get in that mode where I've seen this game before with the mistakes, and it usually doesn't go well. At the very least, if we win, it's a last-minute field goal or something. It's not usually a very comfortable win, but with all those mistakes, she was comfortable.
Micah Packers, you bet.
Make you snacks.
Howdy, this is Jared, the Uber driver from Texas. And can I just say, I think it's Jersey Mike. I might be wrong. I love Quay Walker, but stop promoting him so much, please. He must have took that too much to heart on that play before. Anyways, just best, and then go Pack, go. Let's finish this game.
Yeah, I mean, that was like the only ugly play. That's why I couldn't even be mad at Quay necessarily. That was an ugly miss. It really was. That's also I feel like that's something you see like 10 times in a game normally. It's a touchdown, so it stings even more. But, you know, I thought Quay looked fine outside of that brutal miss. Significantly better than I think most of us ever thought he was ever going to be. Like, this dude's just a straight up bust. He can't do anything. He's not a phenom, probably never will be, but I think he's perfectly adequate in what we're asking him to do. Probably going to have to live with a couple of those. And to be fair, he doesn't have as many missed tackles as Edgerrin does, I don't think. Edgerrin's got a bunch of missed tackles. It doesn't really matter, and certainly none of them have gone for touchdowns, which is helpful, but that's kind of beside the point. Missed tackles happen. I don't know. It's maybe that'll come back to bite us in another game that's more competitive, or playoff game or something where something like that's more serious, but I'm not going to let that get me bent out of shape. It is what it is.
What's going on, Ryan? Chris from Alabama, man. I got a complaint now. We got to stop all these doggone holding calls, man.
That's terrible.
The holding penalties, man. They don't score if Hobbs don't get that penalty. Too many holding penalties. That's the only complaint. You need to tighten that up. Stop the holding penalties. Calm down on the holding penalties, please. There's no way it's supposed to be 17-10 right now. I'm not even worried because I feel like we about to go down here and go ahead and put this to bed. We really need to come down here and put this to bed. I think the last two drives were kind of conservative. Let's go ahead and put this to bed, please. Go, Pack, go. I'll talk to y'all later.
Well, and that's kind of what I was saying, too, where it was a lot closer than it should have been based on how ugly it was. I mean, McKinney, same thing. Hobbs, same thing. Missed tackle led to a touchdown. I mean, it's all the stupid stuff that should have absolutely buried us 10 times over that still didn't. And like you were saying, where it's, you know, we're still going to win, but I'm also still a little bit ticked off, and you guys need to knock that off. This should be like a 42-6 football game. And here I am with a bead of sweat coming down my forehead. It's just one bead, but I'm annoyed by it.
And it's only right. It is only right for 106. Well, it's more than that now. For 116 before this touchdown, it was only right that Tucker Kraft scored a touchdown to complete this beautiful stat line.
Yeah.
24 to 10. They acted like they had a little momentum. They scored the touchdown. We go right back down the field and put this thing to bed. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about. That's championship caliber football.
Yeah.
Keep your foot on their neck. Man, I'm loving this, man. I'm loving this.
Well, that and that's what I said against Detroit too. In a way, I mean, it wasn't necessarily just running down their throat, but you know, there comes a time when the defense needs to stop, and they got to be able to do it. There comes a time when the offense needs to respond, and they need to be able to. And the Packers have been able to do that. Again, this is one of those things where you look at it and it's like, oh, here they come, and then it's a 3 and out, and you're like, oh, that was not what I thought. Or, you know, they drive they fight for their life to get 50 yards to go score a touchdown. And they finally get in, and it's annoying, but at the same time, like, I don't know how many times you can defend them from the 50-yard line from getting in after all this time. And they finally get in, and it's like, all right, well, you know, it'd be nice if we can go down and get it back. And they're like, all right, that's fine. We'll drive all the way down the field and get 7. Piece of cake. Jordan throws 50 yards at a time, so a couple plays and we'll be there. That's 2 weeks in a row that they've been able to respond. We needed the offense against Detroit. Need is a strong word, but we would have liked to have the offense just run the ball down their throat. Sure enough, that's exactly what they did. They just ran the ball right down their throat with Jacobs, even in a game where it wasn't seemingly working very well. Well, it's working now. They're tired. They're demoralized. and we're just going to shove the ball down their throat. I mean, that's playoff football stuff. Feels good, man.
Cheese slices. Wow.
All right, let's do one more here.
Yo, oh my God. Okay, Washington Metro. By the way, it's so funny because we're playing Washington right now. Once again, I've mentioned not from Washington, but and obviously Packers fan. But I gotta just mention, I think I've seen at least 3 PVUs from Nixon. Oh my goodness,
right?
This is insane. Just had to. I couldn't resist calling it. Anyway, bye.
What did he end with? 4? 5 passes thrown to him, 0 receptions, 4 pass breakups. Stat line I don't know if I've ever seen before. Absolutely insane. All right, folks, I'm going to leave it at that. We still got 22 more calls to rip through of just jubilant. I could think of jubilant, and I couldn't think of the next word to close out that sentence. Well done. I used all my brain power to come up with jubilant. Of celebration. Jubilant celebration would have been a great boom boom. But anywho's, I will talk to you tomorrow. We've got, it's mostly just PFF day is what it is. It's supposed to be advanced stats day, but PFF takes a long time, and there's a lot of stuff in there to go over. A lot of good news, though, so make sure you tune into that. And I'll talk to you later. Have a good one. Bye-bye.